Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we are going to study electric polarization vector P bar. That means electric polarization vector is denoted by capital letter P and it is vector, so it is denoted as P bar. Okay. Now you know that means in last lecture we have studied when dielectric material is placed in an uniform electric field, then what happened? The dielectric material is get polarized. That means net dipole moment is induced in that material in the direction of the external electric field. Then we can say that the dielectric material is said to be polarized. Okay. Then here we see electric polarization vector. Okay, now first we define what is meant by electric polarization vector. The definition is the electric polarization vector is defined as the net dipole moment per unit volume of the given dielectric material. Okay, that is the net dipole moment per unit volume of given dielectric material is nothing but the electric polarization vector. So mathematically we write this P bar equal to P bar upon V. This is the electric polarization vector equal to net dipole moment and V is the volume of the material. That means net dipole moment per unit volume is called as the electric polarization vector. Okay. Now here this P bar is vector quantity. So electric polarization is a vector quantity. So in order to understand or to prove the equation of electric polarization vector, we consider here isotropic material and it is homogeneous. Okay. So here we consider isotropic material which is homogeneous and this material is placed in an external electric field inert bar. So inert bar is the uniform external electric field within which we have to place this dielectric material which is isotropic and homogeneous. Here we consider the thickness of the dielectric material is T and cross section area is A. Okay. So cross section area we consider A and thickness T. Now when this material is placed in external electric field, then charges are induced on the opposite surface of this dielectric material. So minus Q dash and plus Q dash are the induced charges that are induced on the opposite surface of the dielectric material. Right? So first we have to calculate the dipole moment. Okay. First we calculate the dipole moment. Therefore, dipole moment P bar equal to, what is the definition of dipole moment? The product of magnitude of either charge and separation distance between them. Okay. So here we take any one charge. It may be minus Q dash or plus Q dash. Okay. So write here P bar equal to Q dash and separation distance means thickness of the slab. Okay. So it is T. Then we get this P bar equal to Q dash T. This is the dipole moment. Okay. Then we calculate volume of the dielectric material. Right. So volume V equal to, we take area into thickness. Right. That is equal to AT. So right here A into T. This is the volume. Then we substitute value of volume and net dipole moment in this equation. So electric polarization vector in magnitude right here P equal to Q dash T upon AT. So T get cancelled. We get Q dash upon A. Okay. that is magnitude of electric polarization is the ratio of induced charge per unit area. That is the induced charge per unit area. Okay. Now induced charge or charge per unit area is given as the surface charge density. Okay. So here we do not this term, that is the surface charge density sigma, and it is due to the induced charge. So right here sigma dash. Right now. Therefore right here P equal to Q dash A, that is equal to sigma dash. Okay. Then we have to write the unit of this electric polarization vector. Right. So unit is charge is measured in coulomb and area is measured in meter square. So unit of electric polarization, that is coulomb per meter square, and it is similar to the unit of the surface charge density, that is the coulomb per meter square. Okay. So here we have defined electric polarization vector P bar, and this electric polarization vector is nothing but the ratio of induced charge per unit area, that is equal to surface charge density. Okay. So this is the electric polarization vector. Right. Then next we consider the net electric field within the dielectric material. So next point is electric field in a dielectric. Electric field in a dielectric. Okay. So we have to consider what type of electric field is produced within the dielectric material. For that, I will draw the diagram, and from that diagram we can show the electric field developed within the dielectric material. Okay. So we consider here dielectric material, and when it is placed in external electric field E naught bar, then the induced charges or charges are induced on opposite surface of the dielectric material. So here is minus Q dash charge and here is plus Q dash charges. Okay, and these charges are denoted by minus sign like this on one face of the dielectric material, and plus charges on the other surface of dielectric material. Okay, then from this we denote here, this is the E dash bar. Okay, this is E dash bar, and we write now here, that is the E bar, and it is generated like this. Okay, so what happens when dielectric material is placed in an external electric field? Then this electric field, due to the force of this electric field, the charges are induced on opposite surface of the dielectric material. So minus Q dash and plus Q dash are the charges induced on the opposite surface of the dielectric material. So these induced charges are also called as the bound charges. Okay, so these induced charges develops or produce electric field within the dielectric material, and this electric field is called the induced electric field, that is E dash bar, and it is directed opposite to the applied electric field. So I have shown here the direction of induced electric field, which is opposite to the applied electric field. Okay, then we have to calculate the resultant electric field within the dielectric material, and resultant electric field within the dielectric material is shown here E bar, and it is directed in the same direction of the applied field. Okay, so we write here this E bar equal to E naught bar minus E dash bar. Okay, the resultant electric field within the dielectric material have the same direction that of the applied field, and it is given by equation E bar equal to E naught bar minus E dash bar. This is the resultant electric field which is directed in the same direction of the applied electric field. Then next we consider the ratio of applied electric field to the net electric field, that is E bar. Okay, or in magnitude write this equal to E naught upon E, that is equal to K. Again the dielectric constant. That means dielectric constant in terms of the electric field is the ratio of applied electric field to the net electric field or resultant electric field developed or produced in the dielectric material. So here we take this K equal to dielectric constant, that is equal to E naught upon E. Okay, so the point is electric field in a dielectric material. So there are two types of electric field. That means one is the induced electric field and one is the applied electric field, and net electric field or resultant electric field is the difference between applied electric field to the induced electric field. Then we will get the resultant electric field within the dielectric material, and it is always directed in the direction of the external electric field. Okay, so this is the electric field in a dielectric material. Now I stop here. Thanks to all.